Hi, it's Briar. I'm playing Horizon Forbidden West, and I wanted to share some thoughts I had about this game. Specifically, I want to talk about how this game is different than last gen gaming. So this is a game for the PS5. I think this might also be available for the PlayStation 4, but I think this is mainly a PlayStation 5 game, but you can play it on the PlayStation 4, but it doesn't have as good of graphics or something. Um, but anyway, I think that this game is really a good example of a next gen, like top tier, amazing game that's a little bit different than last gen's gaming. Like, but I feel like this game kind of suffers from the same problems that every other video game has since the beginning of time. Like, I just fought this giant robot here that I'm looking at and killed it, almost completely on my own. And the two people who were fighting were like hiding behind a desk the whole time. And as soon as we beat them, as soon as I beat the machine, they're like, "Oh my gosh, we did it! I can't believe we killed that thing." Like, it's just like, this really like stupid like video game corniness where it's like, I nearly had a heart attack from the stress of fighting this thing. And then as soon as I beat it, the characters are like, "We did it! I can't believe we killed this thing. We three as individuals fought this thing and beat it equally." It's just like so dumb. Like I I really feel like anger deep in my heart when I have to listen to a character say that. Um, because it was really difficult to fight this guy and kill him myself. So, you have some like dumb video game stuff like that, even though this is like a really new game and it's 2022 and we're living in like science fiction level future with technology and stuff. Video games are still kind of stupid like that. Like, it just doesn't really make sense. Some of the stuff in the game and the character interactions don't really make sense and stuff. But other than that, like as far as the gameplay goes, it's just amazing, and it really can't even be, uh, you know, explained easily. Like the gameplay is just so good and so deep and interesting, and
Doesn't sound good.
the voice acting is so good and the story is so good, that it's kind of hard to explain. Um, it's definitely not like 500 million steps above like what the Xbox One was, what the Xbox One games were, or anything like that, but it definitely is a next generation thing. I think that video game
What exactly was this place?
technology and video
Seen anything
game
like it before?
games and stuff, uh, you know,
There.
they kind of
That's our
progress incrementally. Like the PlayStation 5 is not what the PlayStation 2 was to the PlayStation 1. You know, the PlayStation 5 isn't like that compared to the PlayStation 4. It's not like we're going from 3D to 2D or going from 2D to 3D, I mean. But it definitely is better, but there's really nothing, you know, completely new about this when I compare it to the games that I played on Xbox One. There's nothing
Well, at least the emergency lights work.
novel
What just
or
happened? Minerva's
particularly different at all.
I think it's trying to keep us out.
The controller for the PlayStation 5 is much better, in my opinion. But
Sure we shouldn't come with you?
Yeah, Minerva could be dangerous. Let me make sure
it's
safe.
not.
Okay.
We'll be right here if you need us.
Oh, and see, this is kind of stupid too. It's like I just leave my friends in the middle of this facility. So it kind of has those same like dumb video game plot lines that you've heard and experienced since the beginning of video games. I think what I was trying to say though about the video games was like
All this.
I played
Hephaestus.
Metal Gear Solid.
This is what will help heal plain
What
souls.
was it called? Metal Gear
It's hard to
Solid:
explain.
The Phantom Pain.
I barely understand.
That was like the first game I played
It's what
on the
he's been
Xbox
looking for this
One.
whole time.
And it was absolutely astounding. I don't think this game, Horizon Forbidden West, is that far above that game in terms of like newness, or there's anything that different about that game compared to this game. You know, I would say the graphics are much better, but there's nothing like extraordinarily different or
Okay.
dramatically different.
Minerva's hiding.
Oh, God damn, fell down the fucking elevator shaft. Did that have to happen? I don't even know if I would say this is a better game than that, but you know, I think that video game technology is kind of I don't know what the word would be, sort of become a little bit you know,
there was no other way.
unchanging as time has gone on.
You saw what
Even though I feel like the technology is a lot better for gaming,
Right.
it still doesn't really feel that much different. Like, even though this game is a bazillion times more advanced in terms of like the graphics and you know, the way it's designed and everything, it still doesn't feel very much different. Like, when you play it, the experience is almost the same.
Locked.
The main difference is the graphics, though, I would say. Like, that's what makes a lot of those video games different at all, is that the graphics are a lot better.
Shutting me out.
Like, the only reason this game seems so much different
Pull
than
that open.
the game I mentioned, Metal Gear Solid:
What are
Phantom
those
Pain,
cables in the center
is
for?
that the graphics in this game are just way better.
I'm not going that way.
That's not to say the graphics in that game were bad, but the graphics in this game are just much better, you know, because this game is a lot newer. Like, it's like this game came out 10 years after that game.